Okay guys, I'm going to go over the installation of these Enduro Engineering hand guards on a 2024 Beta 390 RS with Flexx bars. That's the trick. So what I learned, long story short as possible, these Flexx bars were used, got them from a friend for free to try out, to save my hands from the beating, the vibration, etc. I love them. I didn't know I would. I love them. So I gave him $100 regardless. He didn't want the money, but I made him take it because what a value, because buying these things new is brutal. So now that I bought them, I installed them, I learned or got them, learned their, difficulties. The difficulties are that this length of bar is not that long. Now, lo and behold, I didn't realize it because came lightly used with my friend's bike. He took them off, didn't like them. And I remembered he had them. He gave them to me. I did not know that someone had cut these down. So I called Flexx bar guys and said, "What's going on? There's no room on this thing for any gear." And lo and behold, they were like, "Oh yeah, yours must be cut," and they're right. So I didn't know that. I think I would have had another 1.5 inches worth of material here to work with. So that being said, that's why the handguards got more difficult with this particular bike. The Flexx bar's got this big bulky thing here that only gives you this much rod. Mine was even worse because it was cut down. So all that being said, I didn't want to spend $1 million on handguards, which I always like to do, is save money when I can. It allows me to do more stuff longer. So I like Enduro Engineering a lot. Those guys are always helpful. I've put them on multiple bikes. This is my 300 Cross Trainer 2022, installed them there. I've got a 2022 Escape, installed them here. These have been great. Beat the crap out of them. So when it came to doing them on the Flexx bars, all sorts of little things are challenging. You can go to Flexx bar right now and you can buy their kit for handguards, which would have been awesome, but it's $175 worth of awesome. I wasn't into that. I don't mind making some mods and dealing with, I know I'm always able to install things strong and clean, so clean enough. So here's what I'm doing. I bought the standard kit from Enduro Engineering. After speaking to them, they recommended this kit. This kit is a little bit longer. So this part number right here, that 15B at the end, means they're slightly longer, which I did not know that. I'm glad I talked to them. And of course it came with all the hardware that they send, but I don't have the ability to use that. At least I thought about trying to mod that, but it doesn't really work. So I want to screw into this Flexx bar hole, which is already pre-threaded, which is great, because that's going to be super strong. As you know, it prevents a mount in this fashion, prevents these things from rotating as easily like they may on, say, for example, this type of a mount. You can smash the end of this and this can rotate around your bar if it's not bit down hard enough. This is not going to have any really desire to rotate because we're dealing with a straight in mount. So that being said, they don't line up perfectly, but they are long enough so that they get real close. As you can see, they kind of line up where I'm going to get a bolt in there. And this is naturally where they sit once I've mounted this part. So I'm going to put a spacer in here and a bolt. Now that's what's cool, is I did find an old bolt that matched the threading, so I have something to go to the hardware store with and get matching bolts. So this bolt threads right in there, this bolt that I found. So now I'm going to bring this to the hardware store, get some longer bolts and some spacers. Then I'm going to have to do a little funky drilling. So my goal is to drill, I'll just use this as my drill example. This is an Allen wrench, is to drill straight through so that I can get as straight a path to that hole as possible, meaning that this hole will now, because I've tried twisting this and this is kind of flexible, so it really doesn't want to twist. I thought about heating it and screwing with it. I don't know if that's a good idea. I might break it. So basically I'm going to drill an angular hole through here, which will be larger to deal with that bolt. I thought about putting an insert in here, a threaded insert with a smaller threaded hole so that I don't have to go too big here. But I think I'm going to try to keep it simpler. Just drill straight through here at an angle, cutting an angular hole, and then just putting a spacer and then driving that nut home. And it'll be bulletproof really once that's done. It'll be a little bit of monkeying around, but it'll be bulletproof. It'll be simple and way less expensive. I called these guys. I got the standard kit for $60 and change, including delivery and tax and everything. So to my door, they gave me a discount on shipping and a 10% off. So that was nice of them. I'll put a link down below to this set. that 15B, which is a little bit longer, gave me this. Now you're wondering why I put them on upside down. Well, I put them on upside down because this got closer to lining up. You can see this bar bend here. Well, this pitched downward and wound up down here, and yeah, you could rotate it up, but then this gets too high and so forth. So what else? I'm also going to use the original beta flags that it came with, which I love reusing this junk. So I drilled a new hole for that hole because these are pre-tapped on the Enduro Engineering. So I drilled a new hole there. Now all I have to do is drill the other hole here, throw 2 screws in it, and I got plastics for free, for cheap, recycle, reuse, leftover. I like that. So I've done that before. I don't mind doing that. They're gonna look fine. I don't care about a couple holes or a couple screws. I usually, I take care of my stuff, but I don't, baby it. It's gonna be used for what it's made for. These suckers are for tree trimming. I haven't had handguards on it, and I just rode this past week with some buddies down in Naples, and we started doing some tree trimming, which I hadn't done in a while. Bushwhacking, tree trimming, and my hands were exposed, and I said, you better get some handguards before you break a finger on these 2-inch little trees or 1-inch little trees that we're whipping through and clipping. So gotta have them eventually here. So that's where I'm at now. Just to give you a little more insight, I did wind up having to take this off because rerouting wires was tough on these Flexx bars. I didn't want to take the Flexx bars all the way off, and I wanted to get the wires clean and routed, so I wound up taking this off and unplugging some wires behind here. No big deal, 2 screws, 1 each side. Rerouted these wires here. Now the trick to this was this hydraulic hose was ramming into this Flexx bar as I tried to slide the throttle tube further in, which I needed more space to cut the end of the throttle off and keep it clear. You want to get rid of the throttle tube just enough so you get some metal exposed. So when you smash your handguard into the rocks on the ground after dropping it, it doesn't pinch your throttle in and cause it to not turn properly or leave it wide open or make it stick. So you got to get some of that handlebar metal ready to absorb the impact of your handguard and still allow the throttle to be clear. So that being said, I needed to move everything inboard, and I was already maxed out in terms of this hydraulic hose ramming into here. So here was my little trick. If you can see down in there, this hydraulic brake hose goes between 2 little fingers, which I know might be a little bit controversial, but you can see this little finger here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. That was where the the hydraulic hose ran right above that. And then above it was another finger, so the hydraulic hose was trapped between them, obviously to keep it from rotating in any sort of cable play or flex or what have you. But I needed to eliminate one of them, so I didn't want to drain the whole hydraulic system, so I took this off. I literally taped it to the handlebar. I used my vibrating Makita, and I cut that nipple off down there. You can see kind of the raw aluminum where I cut it off. That allowed me to rotate this this hydraulic cable upward and get me closer and slide everything inboard. That was kind of a pain in the butt, and that's why all the rerouting was necessary. And these Flexx bars are definitely challenging. At least these cutoff ones are challenging to getting all this stuff on. But I think I got a good fit now. I got the correct position and everything the way I like it. And this is free and clear. The only thing I have to do now is drill these holes in an angular fashion and put in a nice bolt and a spacer and a bolt, and I'm done. So that'll be super strong, and then put my little plastic things on with another new hole here. So that's my story on putting a way less expensive handguards on these Flexx bars. I love the Flexx bars. I didn't think I would. I don't like the bulkiness of them. Oh, another little trick you can use is you can take that little clip off. See that little clip? I got my tool. I took it off so that I could pull this out, get my wires in and out of here without having to take the whole bars off and slide them sideways and all that stuff. So that helped. I'll just have to put my clip back on when I'm done and go from there. So I hope that helps you guys. If you've got Flexx bars, I know this video is for probably about 6 people, entire worldwide, but I like to help folks when I can. And that's my story on these Flexx bars and handguards. Again, I'm probably the least expensive installation of good solid handguards in a Flexx bar setup. Appreciate any likes and subscribes. They'll be linked down below to this kit, And to some Flexx bars, I love the Flexx bars. If you can find a used set, you're getting a home run. Just double check and see if they were cut down and what angle they have and all that good stuff. Take care. Appreciate any likes and subscribes.